Evening, evening. So, yes, sound. Good. Maybe a bit loud in game. Might be able to reduce master volume. We'll see. I have to start off. We're gonna try Euro Truck Simulator 2. And by try, I have tried this way back. I guess I never bought it actually, but I think I tried some demo or something, or it might have been Euro Truck Simulator 1, which wasn't labeled like that, but it might have been that one, yeah. And yeah, been a little bit interesting, but now it was also on sale during the weekend, so unfortunately not anymore. So I took the opportunity to grab it on a bunch of DLCs. I also have some mods installed just to get that out of the way, but they are mostly map related, we can say. So it's to get, especially to get Northern Scandinavia and Finland. So the Northern Nordic, if we put it that way, into play. But there are some other additions as well, Turkey and stuff, I think. But yeah, I mostly got them to be able to drive up here, where I live, so to say. To some extent, at least. So I tried it out a little bit with another character, or profile, but we should start with this one, labeled Pilsner. And I already got that one started, so to say. But just essentially logged in, so I'm just about to start my first trip. I'm not going through the tutorial in it either, so I already done that on my other account, so to say, and yeah, I got a little bit hooked. So we will at least give it a try for streaming as well, which is not necessarily. I don't stream everything I play, if you put it that way. But we will certainly give this one a go. It's nice, especially during weekdays, to just chill a little bit with this. It's kind of a chilly game in that way, I should say. So give it a go and see what happens. Oh yeah, Pro Mods is what I have for the maps and stuff, but I also have some other stuff related to that. But I don't remember straight off the bat. It's something with truck. Well, not trucks, but trailers and stuff. Well, no, those are mostly real DLCs, I think. For example, heavy load and all sorts of stuff. But now we're just gonna. Oh yeah, now I know. I have realistic, which we can see there. Kind of realistic, at least. Companies. So we have actual company logos instead of the default ones that are not real, so to say. But we're starting out in. Oh wait, where? Yeah, there we can see a little bit. We're starting out with a rather new Volvo actually, so that's nice. We're just gonna do a quick trip from Luleå to Skellefteå-ish. Skelleftehamn, probably. Or something like that. But yeah, the normal Scandinavia, if it's called that, I don't remember. It might be called Nordic because... No, it might be called Scandinavia because it's mostly Denmark, Sweden and Norway in that one. Finland isn't even in that one. Finland comes with the Baltic, which of course is Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia, and southern part of Finland. And it's the same with Sweden. It's kind of up to Uppsala. So they cut around here somewhere in the actual DLC, so to say. And then you have Oslo and maybe Bergen is included in the official one. I don't remember exactly. In Norway. Yeah, I mean, it's still fun because it kind of looks and feels like Sweden, but it's even more fun if we can start in Luleå, for example. I'm a little bit bummed, but it might come. The big mining cities up in north, Kiruna and Gällivare, or Kiruna and Malmberget, depending on how you phrase it, or look at it. They are quite interesting. It will be interesting to have them as well, and maybe even Narvik then. Not that you actually drive ore to Narvik with trucks, you do that by rail, so that's not an actual thing, but it would still be a little bit interesting. Trondheim and north essentially would be interesting as well. Lots of ferries and stuff and troublesome ways. I'm not a trucker, just to get that out of the way. I'm not an actual trucker in real life. So yeah, but I kind of grew up around trucks a little bit. So, but that was quite some time ago. But we have honey for some reason from Luleå to Skellefteå. So we'll take care of that. It should be a quick little trip. It's our first mission essentially, so they are usually quite simple. And I have my home garage in Luleå, in other words. But that one is not much to brag about quite yet. I have increased or decreased the stability of the truck, and especially the trailer perhaps. Not to 0, but to like 30% or something like that. And it felt rather good. I tried, as I said, I tried a little bit on my other profile. It feels quite okay. You can't go racing with it like you almost could before. Oh, and now I should remember one thing before we go. We should turn on. Oh, now I need to remember. There we have daytime running lights. Should probably have checked for cars. I did not. I tried with the. There is a lot of settings because I'm driving with the controller, not the steering wheel, but the PlayStation controller, and there is a lot of buttons that are configurable in this game, but with the controller you have limits, of course. So I do use the keyboard occasionally for extra stuff. And I do also... Oh, here we have some problems. Are you gonna resolve that, or... Doesn't look like it, they have collided. Oh, okay. Ignore that. And yes, this does feel like Luleå, that was what I was gonna say. It's none of the cities in the game are replicas of the actual cities, because that would be troublesome. It's a scaled down version of everything, essentially. But it does feel very Luleå in that sense. And all the places, names of places and such is also accurate, so it's a bit fun in that sense. Ah, come on. I don't have a heavy load today, but of course. And also, when you start out in the game, you don't drive your own truck, and thereby you also don't need to pay for anything, fuel and such, or road tolls or everything of that is taken care of by the company that hires you. Oh, we should take this one. Yes, we should know this. This is pretty familiar. Going south from Luleå, driven that route quite a few times. Although it's not exactly the same, it still reflects the situation rather well. Yeah, I tried earlier with having that head, or that your view turns when you use the indicators. It kind of works and also kind of don't work, especially not with roundabouts. It's kind of, yeah, I want to look left, but I'm going right, for example, and all these kinds of things. So I turned that one off, but it's still, the camera rotates a little bit with my steering. But it shouldn't be that much, it's mostly when I steer a lot. Oh, sorry, I'm going way too fast. That's what's happened when you talk. So, yeah, I won't slow down in that sense. Watch me get... No. Well, I did not get a speeding ticket. Thought I was gonna get a speeding ticket there. From the coppers. Rossers. The Rossers. Yeah, I'm driving on the right side of the road. Because... after all, now we are in familiar territory, so... Oh, now we are up to 8, yeah. Yeah, because we are in Piteå, so it's kind of like in high... Oh, yeah. Move on. I have configured so I have the cheating mirror, so to say, here on the right hand side, so I don't have to look over there, because I'm still going too fast. I'm not using the mouse for looking, but it's still fairly simple to look over there, but it's also even simpler to have that one fixed up there, so to say. There we go. Can turn on the cruise control. I'm in Piteå, yes, indeed. Indeed. Started from Luleå, driving to Skellefteå. It's with honey. Don't ask me why we are driving honey, but we are. We are. Now we are already in Västerbotten. So yes, the map is not full scale, thankfully, we can say. Because then it would be like an actual job to do this. Still, this is a quite short run. The first one in the game, so they are usually quite short, but you unlock longer distances and such after when you level up, so to say. And well, it's also up to me to take the missions I want. I'm missing some features, like in Luleå I'm missing the big hill up from the river south of Luleå. That one could have been an interesting feature in a game such as this. And also in Skellefteå I miss the kind of hill that you have when you come into Skellefteå from the north, which is a rather big hill from both directions, of course. That's usually how hills work. But yeah, here on the other hand, you will probably recognize yourself a little bit when we come to this. And by a little bit I mean it's not spitting images of the cities, but it's more the feel of them. And this on ramp here is very, very Skellefteå. And these red lights is also very much Skellefteå, because they are also always red. I'm not sure they actually have programmed it that way, but it's certainly... I only driven once to Skellefteå on my other profile, so I'm testing the game. And testing the map mod. But it kind of works. And we are driving for DSV now, aren't we? Yes, we are. Look. Volvo something something. Oops. Apparently we have a go. Let's see if we even get there in time. Come on, move. I don't have a heavy load, so in the fairly new truck, so this should be... It is fairly responsive, that's why I've been driving too fast also, entire day. Or entire day, the whole trip. Yes, that's why it's called red lights, yes, precisely. Oh, yeah, good. I'm like, why don't I turn further up ahead? Because now we will pass through a question mark there on the map. That's good. I already know what that is since I drove here yesterday or the day before. My other profile, testing the game. It's a recruitment agency. Which we will need eventually when we will start hiring people. Discover the recruitment agency. And the more of those we discover, the more options we get when we want to hire people. I'm handling the camera with my joystick, so I will have to be a little bit patient. with some stuttering and stuff, but there is also a rather convenient camera reset button, so that I forgot where it is. It's not good. Oops. We don't have to overdo it. We don't have a second trailer behind. Yes, well, what I reflected on, a long time ago actually, or when I drove this the first time, is that they unfortunately don't have, they only have, whatever you call that, haulers. So trucks with a fifth wheel, as they call it, and trailers. They don't have what is very common in Sweden and Finland and maybe Norway as well, at least, when you have a truck with a cargo bed or whatever is relevant, and then you sometimes attach a trailer to it. So in that sense, it doesn't feel very Swedish, but it's very European in the sense that we are just driving. Well, I guess you probably don't know what they are called in English. Dement. Oh, green, yes. There are a lot of these kinds of things as well in the game. And yes, I also turned up that it should be a bit of it. I also turned up the rain frequency a little bit, not hysterically, but it certainly rains a realistic amount, can call it. And yes, there are trains in the game, although I haven't had to stop for one on a railroad crossing, but I have seen trains. Usually I would say passenger trains, so maybe not relevant in this case. Now we are where we are supposed to be. And yes, we won't be rich on this job, but it's a matter of gaining experience, I would say. Which we also don't get that much of when we are driving shorter distances, but we should try to park it. Yes, 90 XP, that will be quite a lot in comparison to what I do get from the actual job in itself. So yes, we'll try that. And they want it over there, next to that Euro leasing truck or trailer. Shouldn't be too problematic. Famous last words. Especially not since we have a lot of external cameras and stuff that we can kind of cheat our way with. And yes, I have actually... No, I immediately, because what did I say? Yeah, behind that Euro, yes, precisely, that's what I said. Well, we can use this mode a little bit. Yes, we can probably do like this as well. Turn on the hazard lights. Not that it's needed that much in here. Oh, sorry, I'm turning the wrong way. Which is one of the problems when you do like I do now. Watch me going backwards, so to say. So to say. Because I'm thinking, like, if I'm in the truck, but I'm looking at it from, well, yeah. I think you might understand what kind of problem I do have. Yes, I'm still getting used to having to select forward and reverse. And because in the beginning I played with a very arcadey gearbox, which fully automatic, if we call it that. Sorry. But now I at least have to select forward and backwards, but not much more than that. Yes, this is not an ideal parking situation. But we can clear this one up a little bit. Oh, sorry, neutral. No, I was doing correct, yeah. God damn it. As I say, sometimes it's actually easier to, if I should go back into the truck again. When you've gotten this far, it's almost easier. Well, now we're in position. I didn't choose a Volvo because I'm doing work for other companies now. So, well, but I have chosen a Volvo. Yeah, it's a Volvo in the background because I've chosen that as my preferred truck. But I don't own it. So, what did we get? We got 153 experience points from the actual transport, and then those 90 XP for reversing. That was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Ah, and yes, here is my headquarters. So this is the beginning of the game. That was my first drive, and then they give me a old garage. Pretty basic garage. It may not be much, but it's a start. And I actually get that one for free, but I can't really do much with it yet, because we need to earn money to buy a truck, and when we have earned money to buy a truck, we also need to hire someone to drive it. But we don't. We need to drive that truck ourselves and earn even more money to be able to expand the garage so that we can hire people to work in it. And then I need to buy them trucks as well. Or I can drive the one I already bought, and I can continue doing these kind of whatever they call them, hired as a professional driver. So yeah, quick jobs they call them. Then when you have your own truck, you can do the freight market, not freight. And then you can, when you have your own trailer, you can go to cargo market, as I understood it. Yeah, use your own trailer to deliver a wide assortment of cargo goods. So yes, but oh, I haven't found a truck dealer yet. No, so I can't even show you what a basic Volvo, not. Well, yeah, that one, for example, with the basic engine and transmission and those kinds of stuff, costs like 1.1 million or something like that. Yes, precisely, 25 plus 25, yes, yes. Exactly. And that, I mean, it would have felt much more Nordic if they had that option. I totally understand why they don't have that, because it would mess up everything else in the game, so to say, regarding how it's handled. But I will look into if there are mods. I don't think so, but who knows? There are a lot of mods. I have a bunch of DLCs, by the way, that are includes what should we say, extreme cargo of different sorts, but we are not there yet. But that could be quite fun. like driving big generators and those ridiculous stuff. And now the thing is, when I am a hire driver, I don't have to consider going back from Skellefteå and get some return cargo or something like that. It doesn't matter. If I had driven my own truck down here, then of course I would have preferred to pick something up in Skellefteå and go back to Luleå or Tornio or something, or wherever. But now it doesn't really matter. The transport is not the problem, so to say. So we can go from Luleå to Borneo. That's, oh yeah, I put them on the origin, sorted by origin from Luleå. Well, let's not do that. We can also do like this just for fun. Skellefteå, Oulu, for example. So yeah, this is also a mod, by the way, that we have actual companies. Because the original game has fiction companies, so to say. Skellefteå, Sundsvall, but it didn't pay that one. This one, but oh yeah, Kokkola is far away. 50 mil, as we would say in Swedish, for 500 kilometers. Maybe that was a bit steep, but I mean this one is almost as far. No, not Oulu. No, sorry, I was thinking about Vasa, but that one is, yeah. Oulu is not that far. Yeah. I was just thinking, Skellefteå, Vasa, are they taking the ferry? Yes, they are. And then you see that the ferry costs 2,000 crowns. And as you see, there are also different trucks on all the different missions as well. Post-mode, yes, precisely. Yes. Perhaps we should start in Luleå anyhow. We should see Luleå, Sundsvall. Could be okay. That's 550 kilometers ish. No, only 461. Okay then. And this one is shorter. Well, because Sundsvall is the region more than the actual town, of course. Oh, well, not much shorter, but it... Oh, no, sorry, yeah, that one paid more. Now I see. Sorry. Now I see. And if we go to Vasa from Luleå, are we taking the ferry then? Probably. Maybe not. No, we're not. We'll take the potatoes to Sundsvall. Then we'll drive a MAN. 360 horsepower. Oof. We'll take the pork. I don't think I even driven an Iveco yet. But I mean, this was an Stralis Active Space Super, 560 horsepower. We won't have any problem holding 18 tons of pork, that's for sure, in that one. Oh, come on. What happened now? It kind of bugged out on me. There we go. Yeah, we'll take that one. An Iveco could be fun to drive. Especially one with, what was it, 560 horsepower? That's a ridiculous amount compared to most of the other trucks I've driven. Bring, oh yeah. Yes, I am playing on an old computer, so, oh sorry, neutral. I keep forgetting that I changed the gearbox. Yes, no music in the game and such. I saw a mod that give you regional radio stations. That looked pretty promising, and I will probably use that when I'm not streaming. because, well, it will be a problem when I'm streaming with music and such, although there are certainly talk radio as well, but that only works for some of us if they are talking Swedish. And if I'm in some other country, it doesn't work for me because they will be talking, for example, Finnish or Danish or German or whatever. So talk radio is only an option if they are speaking English or Swedish for me. And music radio is not an option when I'm streaming, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I probably have to watch my speed a little bit with this truck. And I'm certainly considering installing... Oh, I didn't see that car, yeah. That makes me want to try the new DAF truck that is mirrorless, or it's available in a mirrorless configuration at least. No, sorry, we're still going this way. Oh, I forgot, I should run around a little bit in Luleå. I forgot to do that again, to look up if there are... I know there is a truck dealer nearby. And yes, longer hauls you certainly need to sleep, or at least take breaks and such, but this isn't long enough, I would say. We can do this one in one fell swoop. And yeah, I will just get up to speed. Oh, it's just 70 here. Yeah, that's true. Until we get to Piteå. But yeah, you can also change the panel. Now I have the external, so to say, GPS here on the side. Well, it's included in the game, but oh yeah, I see I also have one on the dashboard there. But you can change what you want to see on the center console as well. Now it's very low res or whatever. I would need to sit closer, I guess. There we can see that I have my speed set to 70, for example. Here we see how much fuel I have. Oh, only for 330 kilometers. Well, I guess that's the problem when you have a truck with 500 horsepower. Oh, is it also a 3-axle truck? It might have been, because they have smaller fuel tanks. So usually when you have the 2-axle one, you have larger fuel tanks on. And usually also a weaker engine, which is not necessarily the same as more fuel efficient, but in certain circumstances certainly is. Oh, sorry. Apparently my cruise control wasn't working there. There we go. Belt risk, yes, that is certainly, as I said, I decreased the stability to around 30% or something. Because when you start the game it's set to 100%, and although it's not phrased in percentages, but it feels like driving a sports car, kind of. So that's not what I'm looking for. So I tried to reduce it quite a lot, and that was actually a little bit more fun. Oh crap. Now, since I'm on Linux, there is a lot of stuff that I can't use that are available otherwise, so to say, and could be kind of fun that they have support for in the game. For example, you have telemetry. God damn it. So you can get a dashboard, for example, on your iPad or on your phone or some other computer or whatever. So, for example, I could have a display with, well, clearer view of the actual dashboard here for me. But yeah, most of that does not work. There might be some, or there are some initiatives for Linux regarding that, so I will dig deeper into that. But yeah, we'll see. It's not that important. It's mostly to get a little bit better visibility, but also some hotkeys and stuff. Certainly helps for certain things. Oh, by the way, yeah. There we go. I'm running without lights. I'm glad I haven't been seen by the cops, because then I would have got a fine. Yeah, precisely. Yes. Volvo in Piteå. Yes. I guess you meant. What was I talking about? Yeah, and also one thing that I was really interested in, but yeah, it also cost a bit of money, so it's might be as well that it didn't work in Linux, is eye tracking or head tracking, both actually in that case. So that you actually can, then I could remove that fake mirror that I have there, and instead just move my head to slightly to the right, and then it would look over to the right, so I could see my rear view mirror and those kinds of things. And they seem to work pretty well. I'm certainly intrigued by it. Here on the right hand side we have combined, we have the Skellefteå campus. So here we have combination of Luleå University of Technology and Umeå University. Which I know a bit about since I'm working at the university. So I've certainly been there a couple of times. Oops, what are you doing? Yeah, they distracted me a bit. There we had the center button. And yes, it's mostly, not only, but mostly for your reason that I'm actually having a Volvo as a favorite truck. I could have considered a Scania, of course. But as I said, yeah, my kind of high-end goal in this is probably a DAF XF, I think they are called, something like that. The really new ones. Well, now we post Skellefteå, so now it would be speed traps all over the place, I guess. If they have made it, we already post one, but oh, look at this, this is very, very accurate, this, what do you call it? Well, break place. Sundsvall, yeah, I'm off for Sundsvall. There will be a lot of roundabouts. Probably, yes, probably. I'm just keeping an eye out for the freaking speed traps on this road between Skellefteå and what? Bureå or Robertsfors perhaps. Oh, here we have one again. But okay, it's 90, so not the problem. I mean, they have paid a lot of attention to the feel of the different countries, and also things like, for example, okay, the speed cameras in Sweden look very much like speed cameras in Sweden. The ones in Finland look totally different, very much like the ones in Finland do, and so on and so on. So, a lot of attention to detail to this. So, yeah. I only have 240... Oh yeah, this... camping or restaurants. So that's rest stop. It's probably the name I was looking for earlier. And yes, as I mentioned, resting is also a thing that you need to take care of. I'm like, oh, why am I only going 70? Well, because it is 70. There is also a snow mod, because I'm not sure what date it actually is, but I know that when I drove yesterday in Finland, it was like -1 and raining. I was like, okay, so is it summer and -1 and raining? Or is it supposed to be some kind of wintry conditions? I'm not sure. We'll look into if we actually have any dates, so to say, in the game, or if it's just same time of year all around. Because I know there are mods for snow, so it's not a problem. We can get snow if we want to. But yeah, let's not start out with that. There we go. And yeah, Norway, I've driven a little bit in Norway as well. Feels very much like Norway. Narrow roads, twisty turny stuff. Lots of tunnels. Oh, now we are in Umeå, I guess. Yes, we are. It's sending me straight ahead at least. Well, I would say that's a positive sign, but we'll see what it actually means. So, 244 kilometers left. We can see that on the navigator. Oh, the coppers. Rossers. Is what you say in England, I guess. Ah, sorry. Sometimes the brakes are a bit too good. Perhaps I should reduce the brake efficiency. Oh, now you found. They behave like real people. Roundabouts. Which is okay, in a way. It's certainly also fun. But yeah, it's not that dense traffic, and I'm not sure there are mods to increase traffic density and such things as well. I might try them, but I'm not sure my computer will handle it that well. We will notice, I guess. But I will try it out at least at some point, but probably not on stream. I mean, if it works, I will probably include it. If we continue playing this on stream. But it's a bit, I mean, it's business management, it's a little bit of all sorts of stuff. Leveling up and such. Choosing what to prioritize. If I want to, when I level up, I can choose if I want to be able to drive certain types of dangerous cargo, or if I want to drive fragile cargo, or long distance hauls, and so on. So I can prioritize what kind of cargo I want to level up, so to say, because then I earn more money on those and more experience as well. So essentially it kind of sent me on the, feels like it sent me on the old way through Umeå. Ish. I'm not against that, but yeah, we will get in trouble with the fuel. I don't know. 84 liters left. Yeah, this is a fuel guzzler, that's for sure. Let me see, do we have any... Oh, there we have, yes. $41 liters per 100 kilometers. Yeah. In average. So, keep an eye out for a fueling station. Here we have a rest stop, but it doesn't look like any fuel there, so... And I don't think it is, because it's... No, it's Torsmyran, yes, precisely. Hello, Widowmaker, hello! Welcome, welcome. I'm chilling, in a way, by driving trucks. It's very relaxing. Apart from when you need to park. And, well, yeah, also some tricky off-ramps and stuff can be a little bit problematic, but normally quite chill. So precisely. Now there is the game actually reminds you that, oh, no, you have to rest now. I was driving too fast there, but I took a risk, we can call it. The fines aren't extremely high, although I don't have a lot of money quite yet either, but it's like 2,000 crowns if you drive too fast. 200 euros-ish. I guess depending on how fast you actually drive and perhaps in which country you are and so on. I'm not sure about that, but it certainly varies. Övik, well, we should have somewhere to fuel up, I guess, I hope. Come on. Why are you stopping like that? Weird. Stop doing that. Yet again. Yeah, look at the graphic detail I have on the trees there. Amazing. No, I don't have the most modern computer, that's for sure. But the game works pretty well, anyhow. Yes, down here I guess we could risk it and continue along the E4 south. Because if this is anything like the real world, there will come Docksta, for example, we should be able to fuel up. I can drive 12 more, 124 more kilometers. Yeah, we should be able to make it. I can check the map, actually, now that we are at the red light. Oh, no. Okay, no refueling along the way, sorry. So, okay, I guess we'll fuel at the ski jumping place, essentially. There we go. Which is what we see straight ahead, ski jumping place. Oh, sorry. Jumped the gun on that one a little bit. Oh, you are a lorry truck driver. Oh, interesting. Well, you have to kind of... I'm not, if we put it that way. But I sure as hell like this game. I haven't played that much. I tried it out a little bit just to see that it actually worked well on Linux and such, and it did. So I will give it a go on stream and see what it looks like, so to say. Yeah, essentially we should head up, sorry. We should head over here if everything is as in real life, and over here then. Yes, I should. There we go. Oh, there is an exit there. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Stop the engine. Sorry. There we go. And then we will fill her up with... I guess I'm not paying anyhow. Maybe I am. Oh. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, that should be enough. And then we just start the engine again, which is unfortunately on the same button as my camera, so it gets a bit yanky sometimes. Fuel expense covered by my employer. No, exactly, that's what I thought. Since I am just driving as a hired driver, so to say, it's not my own truck. Ah, god damn it. I need to get a grip of my camera situation here. Well, you will be... you will be pleased to know, at least, that I am trying to kind of stick to speed limits and stuff. It certainly can be a little bit lenient with shorter stretches of 70 when I'm driving 80, for example, but I have the speed limiter on, so I can't go faster than 90, for example, and those kinds of things. Because, oh, sorry. Because, well, it's a simulator, it's not a racing game. But I still have fairly basic settings on most things. And I'm not driving with the steering wheel yet. I might try, I have one. But it's connected to my PlayStation, so... which is in a totally different position. Certainly might try it, but then I would need to get the Thrustmaster H shifter. Well, I don't need to, but it would be interesting. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, now we can get 170 kilometers, and we have 120 left, so good. That was an appropriate amount of fuel we put in there. Yeah, 56 miles per hour, what would that be? That's 80. Is it? Dement is good at those kinds of calculations. I just remember the Sammy Hagar. I can't drive at 55. And that's kind of like 80-ish, or... I don't remember. Ooh, look at this bridge. It's a freaking beautiful bridge, in a way. So now we are on the high coast, as it's called. Well, yes, we were as soon as we ended up in Övik, Örnsköldsvik. But yeah, this bridge is... The actual bridge is pretty well represented. Oh, crap. Sorry. What? When was it? It must have been 70 there for a brief period of time when I was looking at the bridge. Because now it's 80 again. No, I don't have miles per hour. This is kilometers per hour. But yeah, in Widowmaker is in UK. So yeah, miles per hour, precisely. Making use of gravity. Oh, now it's 70 though. It's one thing to get one speeding ticket, I can live with that, but I don't want too many. I'm not earning that much money quite yet. Come on, we'll make it. Yes, we will. Oh, Härnösand, yes. This is where I got my only real speeding ticket. In Härnösand. Going north in an old Buick. In the middle of the night. During road construction work. Well, yeah. We were following behind a pilot car, if you call it that. In 30, and then they released us just in front of a speed camera, so I just pushed the pedal a little bit, but it was a 7.5 liter Buick, so it jumped up to 60 instead of 50. So yep, that's my only actual speeding ticket. Yeah, they are restricted to 90, yes, precisely. So that's, I mean, it's an option in the game. You can, I have it on, so I can't go faster than 90. But you can, of course, turn it off, and then you can go however fast you like, which some people do, but it's just silly, I think. For me, it's silly. I can drive Gran Turismo 7 if I want to go fast. And I do. Well, almost there. 15 kilometers left. Yeah, there are also voice mods so that you can have, for example, Google Assistant navigation voice, if we put it that way. Where am I supposed to go off? Here, yeah. It was a little bit unclear here, actually. Oh, it's because it looks like this. Okay, then I understand. Then I understand. And here we have a roundabout-ish. Just looking around if there is anything interesting nearby that I could. Well, I don't have a lot of fuel, so no. Don't go on some kind of discovery trip right now. It's probably a bad idea. Oh, this also feels quite a bit like Sundsvall, that's for sure. I think they made a good job with that, with the feeling of places. They are, of course, not actual full representations. That would be unmanageable in many ways. Oh, sorry, there we go. Reading chat. It's like in real life. Oh, stop looking at your freaking mobile phone. I'm driving. Oh, sorry. It's looking a little bit too much left there. We pretend like nothing happened. I don't think I got any damage actually. But yeah, I was mostly sorry about the sign there. Now, where are we delivering? To Von, or whatever they are called. Yes, I think it is. Now you have to kind of close your eyes when I will try to park this. Because, yeah, it's not always a pretty sight, that's for sure. But I usually go for the tough option. Because, and well, yes, you can actually see. Let's play it safe. Then I get to park it over there. That's essentially just drive it in, straight in, and not a big problem. This one, oh, you want me to park it like that? Well, I might go and actually turn it around then. I might be able to turn it around here. No, maybe not, because it's full of trailers on the right hand side there. I'll be able to solve this somehow. Yeah, I might be able to whip it around here actually. I have to remember that I put it on a semi-automatic gearbox. So I actually have to choose reverse, otherwise the first couple of hours I played, then I had it on fully automatic, which means I'm just pressing backwards and forwards essentially. So the brake acts as reverse. Oh, sorry. I forgot about that again, the gearbox thing. So that will be a problem when I'm trying to do these kinds of things. I mean, it was pretty good, but we still need to kind of straighten it out a little bit. It's not, it doesn't have to be picture perfect either. Sorry, wrong way. Yeah, I mostly use the external camera as well, but this was a pretty easy situation, so we'll try like how you actually would do it, ish. To straighten it up a little bit more, just for the sake of it. Didn't need to. Actually, there we go. That was okay. I've done worse. Much worse. So yes, considering the amount of experience you get for the actual missions, which is essentially how far you travel, 464 kilometers, 464 XP, if I don't mess up, I guess. So for that, the actual parking certainly could be worth it. That's 20% more. So now I leveled up. So now I get to choose, for example, different ADR stuff. Never remembered what ADR stands for, but D is probably dangerous or something like that. I looked it up at some point, but it was a long time ago. So I can take long distance, and then I get more. I can drive further up to 750 kilometers. I get more for longer journeys, especially I get more experience. And that's certainly something that could be useful, but I also get more experience for all the other ones here, just in time, fragile or high value cargo. So it's just a matter of choosing one then, I guess. Fragile gives you 22 experience bonus. That sounded kind of interesting. High value cargo can be quite fun types of cargo, but oh well, fun. It's cars and stuff. But maybe we'll go with fragile then, just for fun. Because long distance is, yeah, I mean, it takes longer time, so it might be easier to just go for fragile or high value in this time. Eco driving is good, I guess, further on when you are actually paying for your own fuel. So then eco driving will be relevant, that's for sure. I got some mails, I see. Brand new Volvo trucks for sale. Truck dealer in Skellefteå, as you pointed out when we passed by. Visit our showroom in Skellefteå. There is a showroom in Luleå as well, but that might actually be an Iveco dealer. Or yeah, something like that. It's not Volvo or Scania, I think, in Luleå. I mean, in the game, I should say. The bank has gotten in touch, of course. And special transports, yeah. No, I don't think we are there quite yet. But where should I go if I want one? Is it Linköping? Linköping, yes, in Sweden. Oh, where do we have Pori in Finland? But that's also... Pori is kind of south. So there isn't anything up in the north for special transports. But they look kind of fun. It's really special transports. It's like, yeah, big generators and those kinds of things. Bridge construction stuff and big stuff. So you usually also get, depending on the circumstances, you also get escort vehicles and these kinds of things. Follower vehicles or whatever they're called. So I haven't done it, I've only seen what it entails, so to say. Skills, have I missed? Oh, I have one unassigned skill point. Sorry. Maybe we should take... which one is what here now then? We can go with flammable liquids. Yeah, let's go with that one. Hey Google, stop. Yeah, precisely, in the game, yes. Worth pointing out, but yes. But I haven't looked around that much in Luleå. There might be other stuff as well. It's a bit harder to look around when you're running around with other people's trucks and on a job, so to say. So certainly, if you have a little bit of time over, you can. Now I was running out of fuel with the current one, so it's, whatever. Oh yes, Pilfrakt, that's my company name, by the way. because there was an arrow-ish logo as well, so I thought, well, that might be good. Frakt, of course, for those who doesn't speak Swedish, is well, goods or cargo or, well, transport, really. So that's a better word, I guess. Let's see what we have here then. Reinforcing bars. Yeah, now we are in Luleå again. Let us pretend that we are in Sundsvall and see what kind of jobs are available there. Anything going north? Well, not really. Oh yeah, Sundsvall, Luleå, reinforcing bars. That's actually from where I am now as well. Back to the terminal. No, I started at, well, close enough. Or chicken meat. It's almost the same pay. What time do we have? 8 o'clock in the evening. So not a big problem for any of those. I'm just checking if we have something else here. No. Well, we'll take the reinforcing bars. We get to drive a Mercedes. Could be nice, who knows. Ah, yeah, we might, let's see though. Yeah, pretty powerful one, so we might end up in the same problem as earlier, because it's also a smaller fuel tank on it. But yeah, so that should be good to do that one, and then we might be close to calling it a day, but then we got a couple of jobs in at least. So yeah, an open bed. Now let's start by turning the lights on until I get into trouble for that, because yeah, I got a lot of tickets in the beginning when I played. So I've done all those kinds of mistakes are hopefully out of the way. I will probably still do some. I already had a speeding ticket today, for example, so yeah. Yeah, the mirrors are a bit in the way. You can adjust your driving position. Oh crap. But no, perhaps I should do like that as well. Yes, you can adjust your driving position so that you sit... speaking of that, yeah, let me center the camera, there we go. So that you sit better, and I actually raised it a little bit to see the full dashboard, because otherwise the steering wheel was blocking most of it, not most of it, some of it, the bottom part of it in most models, I should say. Well, I should be able to drive, well, we have almost a full tank, 1070 it looks like we can drive, so not a problem then. We should be able to get back to Luleå with this, without refueling. At least it's well, most trucks in this game are fairly modern, so. But there are certainly weaker and stronger versions of them, and they have more or less features and so on. But for hauling this, doesn't really matter that much. What did it weigh? 22 tons, was it? Something like that, around 20. There will certainly be circumstances where you would want a stronger truck. And the funny thing when you do these kinds of freestanding job, so to say, is that you get to test a lot of trucks. So it's kind of neat in that way. And yes, there are also a bunch of DLCs and mods, and I have bought some of them with paint jobs and such for different and other pimp my car stuff. So when you actually order your own truck, there is a lot of extra options you can put on them. Not only paint jobs, it's lights, and it's, yeah, you name it. Same with the trailers as well. Not as much as on the actual truck, but yes, you can also mod your trailers. So yeah, getting out of Sundsvall with a truck is probably not fun in real life. There's a lot of freaking inclines and long ones. Sorry, going too fast because it's leveled out a bit. Put on a little bit of brakes perhaps. Oh, now it's 70 again. Yeah, no wonder I end up with freaking speeding tickets. I didn't even see the sign. I was looking at something else. Move my car, yes, precisely. Bum, 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 bum. Well, back again, so to say. See the same road in the other direction. So yeah, 50. Try to not get the speeding ticket here in game as well. It will turn red, won't it? Yes, it will. And it will probably be red for a little bit. It's kind of therapeutic, these kinds of games. Perfect on because I'm mostly back to work, so to say. I will work, well, I still have a little bit of vacation left to take out, so I will work tomorrow and then probably not Thursday, Friday. Because I also have a wedding to go to on Saturday, so I will kind of prepare a little bit for that in different ways. So, but yeah, I will stream on Thursday, so it's not, I'm not occupied in that way, but not on Saturday though. Then I will be away. But yeah, we'll probably do this on Thursday as well, just to see where we are getting, so to say, in my career, if we call it that. But yeah, of course, it takes a while until it. Now I started in Luleå because, well, I live in Luleå, so in real life, so it's kind of fun in that sense. But otherwise, when I tested out, I started in Gothenburg, and then, of course, you have a lot closer to driving to Germany or Poland or Denmark and such. So it's usually a bit more, well, slightly different environments and stuff. Here, I mean, yeah, I can certainly drive quite a lot to Finland, for example. Get a lot of options for that. But yeah, it's same, but a little bit different. It's forests and lakes. and same kind of roads-ish. But certainly when you get to the more populated areas, both in Sweden and Finland, for example, you certainly notice a difference in the roads as well. That yeah, you get more of these actual motorways and intersections and stuff. Well, not intersections. The opposite to intersections. I'm not sure what they are called in English. Probably if I think about it, but not on the top of my head. Now it's actually getting a little bit dark. And of course it depends on what time of the year it is. I'm not sure if this game, I will look it up, if this game is actually knowledgeable about what time of year it is now, so to say. Because I've seen people driving in snow and such, but yeah, I also know there are mods for that. But I'm not sure if you need mods or if that will happen anyhow when we get to winter, so to say. Because yeah, the little bit of driving I've done, it's certainly been like, well, if you're driving up north, it doesn't really get that dark, but it gets a little bit dark for a little bit of time. But I mean, it's 10:30 now. Well, and I'm not meaning in real life, I'm meaning in game, it's 10:30. It happens to be almost exact same time here as well. That's just a coincidence. Oh yeah, I guess we're coming to a roundabout. Ah, here we have the new railroad line, by the way. I'm passing under it right now. That they're building along the coast. Up. I can't see anything for the freaking mirrors. Oh, now I can, but yeah, I have to adjust. And yes, on the keyboard there are hotkeys for kind of looking left and those kinds of things, but that's on the keyboard. That would only mess things up if I would try to use them while turning, if we put it that way. Ah, come on. Yeah. Yeah, the environments are pretty decent. They have captured the character, so to say, of places. And certainly some landmarks are more or less accurately represented, but like in Gothenburg, for example, you have Läppstiftet. Not even sure what the real name is for that building, but you know which one I mean. And that one you can see from quite far away, for example, so which is pretty accurate, depending on where you are in Gothenburg. Gothenburg is pretty big environment, and you're mostly in the outskirts. You're not driving so much in Gothenburg for obvious reasons. But yeah, Gothenburg, for example, also feels quite a lot like Gothenburg regarding the traffic situation with, well, you have tunnels, you have bridges, you have weird kind of off-ramps and stuff that, yeah, doesn't always make perfect sense, but it's kind of like how Gothenburg is regarding traffic, at least. So this would be a nighttime drive, and yes, if this would have been with my own track, for example, then I probably would have needed to take a nap somewhere. But now it's kind of, yeah. As soon as I take a new job, everything starts from zero, so to say, so I'm pretty well rested, which you can see. Oh, sorry. Oh, don't do that, that's stupid. Yeah, on the navigator there to the right, there is a bed icon in the top section. Crap. 3,000. God damn it. That's not good. Yeah, and that bed fills up with a blue color, and the bluer it is, the more tired you are. Then eventually you start. Why is it 70 at weird places? And I do have a cop car behind me, so okay then. I didn't see that. I thought it was a speeding camera. Or a speed trap. Well, no, it's pretty accurate with how it is along these kinds of roads. It is 110 and then it goes down to, well, usually to 90, I would say then, but... Yeah, I don't even dare driving 1 kilometer too fast here. And I have a cop car behind me, probably. They're like, yeah, we'll get all our money that we need for this year. Well, the government will. Tramping. Yeah, that's truck camping. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, now we're in Umeå already. Oh, the coppers passed me at least. That's good, because there is... I'm not sure if we should call it a bug or a feature, but it was a bit unsmooth lane change there. If you're speeding behind a cop car, they won't notice. But like I was doing now that I got 2 tickets, was that, well, I was speeding in front of a cop car, and that of course is a bad idea. It's 50. Might as well chill a bit, because there is also traffic lights. And yes, there is a lot of options in the game for air brakes and engine braking and all those kinds of things. I have most of that set to automatic for the moment. Mostly because, well, playing on a controller, it's enough to just get that one going to begin with. There is also, you can also buy, when you buy trucks, for example, you can buy them with retarder and these kinds of things. If you're gonna do a lot of those kinds of stuff, like, well, I mean, probably a good idea if you're living in mountainous areas, for example. Like Norway. And if you're gonna haul heavy cargo, I guess it could be useful. But what do I know? Mostly speculating. Yeah, come on. So, Umeå, almost home. Well, not really, but in this game we are almost home when we're in Umeå. Because it's not that far left then. Time-wise, at least. Oh, sorry. Well, it's driving rebar, so it's not like it's fragile. That should work. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't see that question. Yeah, these roads are, I mean, they are, if we put it that way, they are shorter because I mean, now from Umeå, which we just passed, up to Luleå, that's like 220 kilometers or something like that nowadays. Depending on that they have shortened the road a little bit, made it more efficient, so to say, but something along that, 250 kilometers, which is in the game as well, but of course it isn't actually. You're not actually driving that far, because that would take 3 hours. So instead it takes what, 20 minutes? Maybe not even that. 15 minutes perhaps. But yes, the roads, as I mean, it's kind of a scaled down version of everything. So the cities are, of course, smaller. The roads are shorter, and so on and so on. Because otherwise, it would be, as I said in the beginning, it would be like actual work. Oh, here comes the coppers again. But they are fairly good representations of the environments. We can put it that way. So as I try to describe it, it feels correct, but much shorter. So I managed to gather, what, 4 speeding tickets? That's bad. I have to pay a little bit more attention. And yes, maybe that's precisely. Can drive past my house. Good point. I haven't tried. I'm not sure it's in, so to say, because it's the cities are usually, well, it's focused around where you actually kind of deliver goods and stuff. So it's not necessarily a bunch of residential areas, but it depends a little bit on what kind of city it is as well. Or if it's a village, for example, that you're passing by, well, then it would be a lot of residential houses. It depends. I haven't driven around in Luleå that much. But this rest stop here, for example, almost picture perfect representation of real life. A bit smaller actually, but still, I mean, the feel of that one is like, yeah, I know exactly where I am when I see that one. Because I have also driven this road too many times in real life. Oh. Watch out for the speed traps. Here we have. Yeah, so probably, I mean, if I mean, I have UK in the game as well, and but I'm a bit far away, so to say, so it's not relevant quite yet. But you would probably recognize places, so to say, if we would be driving over there. That's for sure. But as I said, yeah, everything is scaled down size-wise and length-wise, mostly, so to say. But still, I mean, I just tested a little bit of things yesterday, and I ended up going to bed at 3:30 or something like that. Oh, I stopped playing at 3:30. No, 2:30 in the night. So yeah, because I was just well, but now okay, and now I ended up here, and I drove my own truck actually, so I gotten that far in my testing just to see how that works, so to say. And now I know what works and doesn't work, and how to kind of think about your own truck and your garage and stuff. Oh, now we must be in Skellefteå because we are at a freaking traffic light. So yeah, speaking about that, you kind of recognize places because of their characteristics. Yeah, precisely, and I think, I mean, there are a lot of truckers, if we call them that, more of an American vernacular, I guess, but there are plenty of people that do this for a living and then actually, well, do this for a living in real life, so to say, and then actually also chill out a bit with driving and modding this game, for example, because there is a lot of modding going on with well, engine sounds and stuff, because they are most people that actually drive trucks in for a living, they are like, well, this Scania doesn't really sound like a Scania, it should sound more like this, so we'll make a sound mod, and so on and so on. So there's a lot of that going on. Sorry, I'm driving way too fast. It's too powerful truck. And yes, we don't have to overtake. Well, I say that, but he was driving freaking slow. And especially, I mean, landmarks, like the big bridge we passed by a while ago. Höga Kustenbron, as it's called. That is pretty significant, and landmarks are typically quite accurately represented. So I mean, what would it be? You have a lot of recognizable bridges in UK as well, for example. Right now I can't think of one that isn't in London, if I put it that way. But yeah, those kinds of things are usually quite recognizable and significant, because they are also part of the road, so it makes sense, of course. But if you have other kind of buildings and stuff that are oh, your turn. Did you have your turn signal on? I wasn't sure. Didn't really look like it, but I guess he might have had. Well, we should be home soon, aren't we? Yeah. Well, no. Well, yes, soon. This is Peter. PTO, which is also, I mean, that house down there, for example, yeah, that one exists in real life. And you kind of see it pretty well when you come across the river. And these kinds of on-ramps and stuff are, even if they aren't exact, they are usually quite representative, so to say, for how it looks. And yeah, for example, when I drove in Finland yesterday, there were a lot of crap. There were a lot of tiny ramps that you need to get down on and these kinds of things, and you have a freaking trailer with some valuable cargo or something on it, so it can be pretty gnarly sometimes. But yeah, now we're almost home. I will just double check, but I don't think we are in any panic mode here. Cargo expected Tuesday 10 o'clock. I'm looking at my actual clock. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So, and well, yes, at earliest 10 o'clock, but I can deliver them earlier. It's not like I have to be there at 10 o'clock or after 10 o'clock, so to say. I can deliver them earlier. So maybe we should look around a little bit in Luleå when we get there, because I haven't done that yet, so that could be fun. I will probably that will probably cause me to get some damage on the truck. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Just for messing it up for me. Oh, and that bridge there that we have on the right is also there in real life, for example. I guess you might be able to drive on that one if you take off here to the right. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to go. Oh yes, wait, we were. Sorry. Now I was thinking too much real life. I was like, no, we're not supposed to take off here, because that would lead to the big shopping center place. But yeah, not in the game, only in the real world. So yeah, I guess that might be a problem. Like now I'm so used to, no, you're not turning off here, you're turning off on the next one, but no, not here. So yeah, we will go straight here. And yes, I can't turn in here, unfortunately. Sometimes there are places that are not on the GPS, but they are still accessible. But that one wasn't. And yes, even well, it's a shame to call it a skyline, but if we call it Luleå skyline, certainly looks pretty accurate from here. Of course, that's the city center to our right there. And this little pond here is also pretty accurate. And yes, this road also leads to Svartestan. Maybe I should go while I have a green light. Yeah, because yes, it's an Iveco dealer. That's what I remembered correctly. And yes, it's also straight across from my garage. Perhaps I have discovered it already. No, I haven't, because I haven't been to my garage. Iveco truck dealer. Oh no, sorry, that's not my garage. That's some other place. Some other's garage. Well, not that interesting. Let's just continue here. And yes, as I said, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and it's bright outside, which is accurate for this time of the year. So they also take those kinds of things into consideration, it seems. Were we supposed to go here? No, we weren't. Sorry. We took a wrong turn. Well, interesting. In a way. I didn't know you could take a wrong turn. But yeah, this is a typical road that isn't on the map. So sometimes you might discover something interesting. It says. I haven't done so myself. Quite yet. But I haven't been down undiscovered roads quite yet. So yeah, this is some kind of rest stop and... Oh, here we have Volvo. But yeah, I can't go there. Oh, bummer. But yeah, here you can actually sleep and also repair your truck, I guess. That's not what we need to do now. But yeah, you can park up here if you need to sleep. Well, that's not where I meant to go, actually, but okay, we got a little bit of sightseeing, which was the whole point. But no, we can't really go into city center or where to where I live, for example. If we had continued along that road that we turned in onto that said Svartestan, if we had continued there, we would have gotten to my place in real life. Ah, crap. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now, don't turn right here. Turn too early, that's what I did. I should turn right at the traffic lights. And yeah, crap. I almost guessed that. There on the other side you also have a rest stop and a fuel station. Yes, precisely. But yeah, it's a very scaled down version of one of the industrial zones, so to say. In oh, sorry, it's green. Talking too much. Talk less, drive more. Well, we don't even have music in the game, so I have to do a little bit of talking. But I will check on... there was a radio mod, as I said, where you can get the actual radio stations from where you are. That sounds interesting. I will look into that, but as I said, yeah, that's probably not for the stream. That will probably be mostly for when I drive, just for my own little amusement. Is this where we're going? Yeah, DSV. Oh, here comes the freaking... What do you call that? What do you call them? Backhauler? No, something like that. I don't remember. I don't even know what we call them in Swedish, so... Those kinds of tractors, as we sloppily say, that have digging equipment on the back. So we got a little bit of sightseeing, at least in Luleå. It wasn't much, but we found an Iveco dealer, so that's good. Might buy an Iveco. I kind of like the one I drove earlier. But yeah, they are not that much cheaper than anything else in the game. Especially not when you're looking at the basic models, they kind of cost the same. Around 1 million. 1 to 1.1, and then you put on a bunch of mods and stuff and you end up at 1.3 or something, usually. Yeah, excavator, yeah, precisely. But isn't an excavator more, well, as I said, what do I know? It's those kind of combinations that are a bit special. Where do you need it? Over there. Well, I think we'll take left then. But we'll try. That will be a good end of the... good way to wrap up. Trying to park this shit. At least it's not fragile stuff. Oh, I'm glad I didn't choose the other way around. Yeah, I might have put myself in a... Sorry, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to shift, which is on the same button. It's just a long press or a short press, so that's why it sometimes comes out a bit weird. Not really sure where we are, but we are a bit close to this fence here. That's what I was referring to earlier when I said that, yeah, I might have put myself in a bit of a pickle here. Otherwise, that was pretty freaking good. But yeah. Oh, yeah. I might be able to do this, actually. I'm sorry. Turning the wrong way. As soon as I... Yes, sorry. We have a... actual automatic now, not the arcade automatic. So I have to think a bit. Could have worked, but it didn't really. But we can, sorry, we can straighten this up a little bit, I hope. Yeah, now I need to, oh, sorry, apparently it's still in neutral. Actual lorry drivers must hate seeing normal people trying to park. And yes, I mean, this is still pretty easy, even for me, because I have been, he says, and goes the wrong way immediately. I have been driving where you also have a shorter trailer behind the long trailer. It's not fun at all. I mean, driving them is okay. Parking them, not... well, it's fun, but not easy. If you put it that way. Ah, yes, this takes its sweet time, doesn't it? No, sorry. Yankee SL, but it will work. There. There, almost a level up. But yeah, that's almost also 11 o'clock, so that was perfect in a way. But yeah, still totally worth to do this tricky parking stuff. Then, I mean, the longer you drive, the less experience points or the less percentage that parking will mean for you, so to say. So eventually you will start taking the simple option, or I mean, sometimes you might be in a hurry, and then certainly better to get the job done instead of getting those extra XP. Job done in time, we should say. Game time, yeah. What I'm thinking is... Oh, it isn't. I was just thinking about that, if there is a calendar in the game, but I'm not sure if there is. Game contains unauthorized modifications. No support is available for modified game. Oh no, that's fine. It's pretty stable. Drivers with own equipment needed. WW Logistics in Skellefteå. Up to 165,000 for a job. Oh, that's pretty good. And if you're not used to Swedish crowns, you can divide it by 10, or well, a little bit more to get to euros, and pounds even more, depending on the situation. One thing that seems to be pretty accurate, which kind of surprised me. Well, not surprised me perhaps, because they're taking this game pretty serious, the developers. I've been doing this game since 2015, I think. It's the fuel prices. So I had to... Well, I didn't think about it. I actually did refueling today. And what was it? Was it 23 crowns or something for diesel? Which is what it cost here today. No, it actually cost 22.80 or something. Depending on where you are. So they seem to be kind of monitoring, perhaps not on a daily basis, but at least on some kind of regular basis, monitoring the fuel prices as well. Maybe, I'm not sure, but it certainly seems like it. Or maybe it was just luck, because there was an update quite recently to the game, so maybe they did it at that time. But yeah, we have gathered up 170,000 cash, which is 10% of what we need for a truck. Not really. It's 1.3 million approximately for the truck, but they are also locked. I mean, if I go here to a Volvo truck dealer, for example, I can buy online. Then we can see that I can get a classic sleeper. Why doesn't it load in? Yeah, there it comes. A classic sleeper, or well, normal sleeper. Yeah, that's a bit more older style. 1.2 million. Well, it's not a big difference in price on them, and they are also pretty similar mechanically speaking. But then you need to probably add a little bit. You can get a stronger engine and stuff, and you can get into different. Well, I need to level up to get different wheel configurations, for example. I can get the stronger engine, yes. I can get the retarder gearbox and such. So depending on what you put on it, it will be slightly more expensive. And for example, I will probably put a paint job on it. I have... What did I go with? This one. So I can put that paint job on, and I could modify it as well if I want to. Color-wise, so to say. So, and then it's mostly that cost in the beginning of the game. Because you don't have that many other options. I have some accessories unlocked here, light bar and driver's plates, Volvo emblems. Ooh, nice. Oh. So, cosmetics, for example. And also inside you can put stuff. Oh, that was actually outside. Oh well. So yes, you can certainly pimp your truck, but in the beginning of the game, it's not really, it's not really necessary, because you will probably give that truck to your employee later on anyhow. But yeah, see you around. I will be back on Thursday and we'll do more of this. But speaking of that, I will just go over to, just to compare. We can check on an Iveco as well, just to see price range. But I'm pretty sure it's fairly similar on the entry-level trucks at least. Yes. And I only have one to choose from here. So no, not interested in that one. Well, can have a look. Can I? No. Need it up to level 8 to get other options for that one. So yeah, yes, you actually select, when you create your profile, you select your kind of desired truck or whatever you should say, and then it shows it in the background all the time. Until you actually have a truck, then it will show your actual truck in the background. But yes, that's Euro Truck Simulator. I like it. It's chill. And you are kind of supposed to take it nice and easy. So yeah, we'll probably see it a little bit now and then, but probably also on Thursday to begin with, just to see what actually happens in the game, so to say. But yeah, it's a slow-moving game, no pun intended, but well, we'll get somewhere. But in 2 hours, you don't really get much done, so to say. But it also ramps up quite quickly in the beginning, as in many other games. You level up quickly in the beginning, and then it gets harder. Save current game. Stream. Overwrite, yes. So, there we go. And yes, this will probably be a game that I come back to a little bit now and again when I don't know what I want to play. Because, well, it's especially on the weekdays perhaps, when you need to simmer down a little bit after work or such. But that was it for today. So I'll be back Thursday and then we'll do some more jobs. We can already have a quick look on, do we have any interesting jobs before I go? Cauliflower, weird stuff. We're transporting from Luleå. Pork to Övik, watermelons to Sundsvall. I mean, we can look what we have in Luleå. It was those ones. And yes, these are articulated trailers, that's what it's called. So it will be they also weigh a bit more. This one didn't, but watermelons to Sundsvall, for example. That one paid off pretty well, 110,000. This one, 20,000. Wood shavings, 4 tons. Oh, Kaustinen. I don't even know where Kaustinen is. Perhaps it's not that far. Well, it was still 400 kilometers. That was poor pay, which we can see there, 37 crowns per kilometer. Compared to this one, which is 234, so yeah. But yeah, and you can also certainly, I mean, we can sort by destination as well. Oh yeah, sorry, now I have Luleå set, so to say. So if you do like that instead, sort by destination, we can look at stuff that is going to Luleå if we want to. Oh, nothing. Oh, okay then. that was easy. But yeah, watermelons to Sundsvall perhaps. But I would also like to drive like up to Rovaniemi. Where do I have Rovaniemi? No, where's Rovaniemi? There's Rovaniemi. Or something like that. That could also be fun. Go north, so to say, but it might not be that much up north quite yet. But yeah, that's for next time. We'll see. We'll find something fun to do. Because, well, I mean, do I even need to? We can do Umeå Helsinki, for example. Oh, sorry. What the price per distance? Oh yeah, sorry. I want. No, there we have. Skellefteå Naantali. Where is Naantali? There. Naantali. Yeah, well, money isn't everything. Essentially, for experience, it's better to drive long distances. But yeah, they also take longer time, so you can drive several instead. In the same amount of time. But, as I said, that's enough for today. Thank you for joining me. Nice to have some truck drivers in the chat as well, so... Well, yes, it's also a bit nerve-wracking, but we'll manage. And yes, you can of course take loans, by the way, which, I mean, when you want to buy your first truck, yeah, probably, because it takes quite a long time to get up to 1 million doing these kinds of hauls. But if you get 100,000 for one, well, then it's moving a bit faster. So it's not entirely impossible to earn your first truck quite quickly, at least. But then you have to start paying for fuel and stuff. But you also get more money for the actual jobs then. So it evens out, or you probably earn more in the long run. But yes, you need to maintain it and such. So yeah. You have to be careful with your own stuff. It's not like a rental car. But thank you for today. I'll be back Thursday with more Euro Truck Simulator. And maybe test out, see if I find some interesting mods that add some flair, perhaps. We'll see. So, that's it for today. Thank you. Bye-bye.